Hey, welcome everybody. This is CP Cards and Dice, and we're playing Game 6 of the 1973 World Series. This is a giveaway series in that if you get your name in the drawing by answering one of the trivia questions and emailing it to combatpainter@yahoo.com, you will receive a 1973 payoff pitch baseball season. Beautiful, beautiful cards. I have all mine in sleeves, in these standard baseball sleeves. These are easy to find. You can see that there, because I can't harm these cards. For a while there, I was playing without the sleeves, and I was drinking coffee, and the coffee didn't really spill. It lightly splashed, or I had some coffee on my finger from the side of the cup, and I touched the card, and anyway, not happy. So we're ready to start. It's going to be Tom Seaver. Tom Terrific on the mound for the Mets. Now, Seaver was 19-10 with a 2.08 ERA. Last time he pitched was in Game 3, and he shut out the A's. Pitched a two-hitter. So Tom Terrific is hoping to tie up the series at 3 apiece. The A's lead it 3-2 right now. So, and trying to clinch it is Catfish Hunter here in Oakland, Alameda County Coliseum. Catfish Hunter was 21-5 with a 3.34 ERA. So he gave up a few more runs, basically almost a run and a half more than Seaver. So let's see what happens. It's going to be Wayne Garrett, Felix Millan, and Rusty Staub, who bats third in right field. Jones in left field, cleanup. Milner, the fifth place batter at first base. Grody, the catcher, batting sixth, batting seventh. Center fielder Hahn, batting eighth. Harrelson, the shortstop, and Tom Seaver batting ninth. We're going to get started. We are in Oakland, and as you can see, we have the wrong card there. We have the Shea Stadium card. So we got to get the green Oakland card, and that's going to be 150-150 versus lefties and versus righties. 1 to 50 is going to be wheelhouse, so that's what you're looking to roll for the offense. For the defense, you're looking to roll from 51 to 99 because that makes it less damaging. So we're ready to start, and we're going to be pulling cards rather than rolling dice. A little bit more peace and quiet. And that's the way I've been doing it lately, just because I don't feel like hearing the dice bang around. All right, here goes. Now that's going to be a tough out on Catfish's card, a 74, and that's a fly ball, shallow center. Right there's Hahn, one away. I'm sorry, right there is Davalillo. It's going to be a ball to Felix Millan, steps in the box, and here's the pitch from Catfish. That ball's in play, and that's lined right at, again, the center fielder, Davalillo. And it's Rusty Staub, left-handed hitting Rusty Staub, who hit .298 versus righties. Tough out, 31. And a 31 is a ground ball, first base. At first base today is Darren Johnson, and he takes it himself to retire the side. 3 up, 3 down. No score at the end of half an inning of play. Now I thought, it's pretty funny because I thought Dick Green was black, and I also thought that Darren Johnson was black, and they're both white guys. It's weird, kind of light-haired white guys. All right, so Campy. Here's the pitch from Seaver. It's going to be Campaneris, Rudy, and Bando batting third, playing third base. Jackson in right field this time, played at center field the last couple of games. Batting fifth is Gene Tennis. He's behind the plate today, usually a first baseman. Davalillo in center, batting sixth, batting seventh is Darren Johnson at first base. Dick Green batting eighth at second base, and Catfish Hunter batting ninth. So this is a ballpark for Seaver. We roll a 72. That's going to be in play. In play 32. And it's a comebacker to Seaver. Fields his position. One away. Joe Rudy, 17 in play, and that's ground ball and up the middle and through for a base hit. So Rudy's on with a single. Now Sal Bando was the hero of Game 5 when in the top of the 12th inning he led off with a home run to left center field. Sal Bando, the hero of Game 5 for the Oakland A's. Here goes Sal Bando, 9 in play, 28. And that's going to be a sharp liner that drops in front of the left fielder, Jones. He gets it in quickly, holding Rudy to only one base advancement. So it's runners on first and second. And it's Reginald Martinez Jackson, number 9. Becomes number 44 later on with the Yankees. In play again. Wow, in play 94 this time. And that's going to be a fly ball. Shallow right. Staub there makes the catch. Gene Tennis up at the plate with 2 outs, runners on first and second in the bottom of the first. Gene Tennis was the hero of the 1972 World Series. A tough 61. And that is popped up to the right side. Right there is Milner, makes the catch, and that retires the side. But the A's leave 2 men on, score none, and at the end of 1, no score. Now this is practically chartless. I think I've had to use the chart once or twice in the whole series. Everything is done off the fast action cards. In play, a pitch that's put into play, 0-9. And that's a ground ball to the left side and through to left field for a hit. So Cleon Jones leads it off with a single, and he's on at first. Not a threat to steal. 6. That's a tough out 79. It's a fly ball, shallow center. Again, Davalillo's there. Jerry Grody, 1 away. Jerry Grody, tough out. 21, and that's popped up to the right side. First baseman Darren Johnson makes the catch, 2 down, and it's Don Hahn. Again, a tough out, 0-6. Wow, this is 0-8, and this is going to be a strikeout. So after the single, it's 3 up and 3 down, and we go to the bottom of the second, no score. We'll be traveling tomorrow. Defense. Vic Davalillo, and it's a defensive card. So let's see what happens there. It's a 21, so it's going to be some kind of hit, or actually not if it's an A range. Let's see who it's to. To the first baseman. First baseman is Milner. He's a D3, so it's going to be an error. Let's see what kind of error it is. Error first base. First base. He drops a foul ball. So we're going to add that error in here. It's a drop. Fine, make a note of that. Notes, Milner drops fly for error. So we remember who that, what that was all about. Davalillo still at the plate. 12 this time, wheelhouse 75. That's a ground ball, second base, Mignon. 1 down. Darren Johnson next. Tough 12, that's a strikeout. And Dick Green versus righties, batted .281 with 1 home run. Tough 93, and that's fly to left. Under it is Jones, makes the catch, retires the side. 3 up, 3 down for Seaver in the bottom of the second. Catfish Hunter against Bud Harrelson, Tom Seaver, and Wayne Garrett. Patient 57. That's going to be a hit by pitch, so Buddy Harrelson gets plunked, hit batter. I don't write the 3 hit by HBP anymore, just because it doesn't really fit. It's just writing HB. So we're going to get a bunt from Seaver. Seaver is a C bunter. No, he's actually, yeah, he's a C bunter. I'm going to look over here where it's the bunt section. Lead, they get the lead runner. It's going to be 2-6. And Seaver's on a fielder's choice. So Seaver fails to succeed at bunting Harrelson over. And it's going to be Wayne Garrett. 7 in play, 34. And a 34 is going to be a ground ball back to Hunter. And a 10, that's going to be 1-6. Hunter turns around, wheels, and fires to second base. And that's Campaneris back to first, not in time. So Garrett is on hit into a fielder's choice there. And 2 outs, send me on. Patient 20. It's going to be a walk, base on ball. So Mian manages a walk here with 2 outs, putting runners on first and second. So the Mets are threatening a little bit here with 2 outs, and it's their primetime hitter, Rusty Le Grand Orange Staub. Recently passed away. Good old Rusty. Here's the pitch, left-handed hitting batter who hit 14 home runs versus righties and a 298 clip. It's an 11, that's defense. Defense 54. Roll the 54, and that's an error, second base. Second baseman is a 4 error. 1-32, we rolled a 54, that's going to be an out. It's going to be an out, second base, ground ball fielder's choice. And that's going to be a force out. That retires the side, 4-6. So the Mets leave 2, and at the end of 2.5, no score. This is the elimination game for the 1973 World Series Mets. Their record in 1973 was 82-79. Only 3 games above 500. They still made it all the way to Game 7 of the World Series. Catfish Hunter, he's an 11 pitcher hitting card, and this is, we're gonna have to, we're gonna have to shuffle after this. Patient 70. That's a ground ball, second base. Mian flips to Milner, 1 away. Tough pitch to Bert Campaneris, 27. It's a strikeout. Campy down swinging. High heat. Seaver's high heat gets Campy. Joe Rudy now. He's 1 for 1. He's singled. It's ballpark. Ballpark 40. That's going to be 1-30. It's a deep drive, and it's a deep drive left field. Back goes Jones to the track, to the wall, looks up. It's out of here. 1-0 A's on Joe Rudy's second home run of the series. And Seaver wishes he had that pitch back. Next is Sal Bando. Tough pitch, 0-5. That's a strikeout. And that's going to retire the side, but the A's pick up a run on the home run by Joe Rudy. And they lead it by a score of 1-0. Going into the top of the 4th inning, we're going to have to shuffle now. So as we shuffle, we can do the question. The question is going to be, which Met had 3 pinch hit singles, or at least 3 pinch hit hits in the 1973 World Series? Which Met had 3 pinch hits in the 1973 World Series? If you know the answer to that question, well, you want to send it over to Combat Painter at yahoo.com, and your name after you answer all the questions for all the games. So far there's 6 questions. That was the 6th one. Then you get your name put into the drawing. See what happens now. Okay. We're in the top of the fourth. It's going to be Cleon Jones against Catfish Hunter. Here's the pitch. Tough out. 78. Ground ball. Campaneris fires the first. Gets Jones. John Milner, who's 0 for 1. He flied out. Ballpark 94. That's going to be in play. 79. It's going to be an out range. 79 is a fly ball center field. Right there is Vic Davalillo. 4, Patient 84. That won't do it for the Mets. It's going to be a ground ball again to Campaneris to his left. Throws on the run. In time to get Grody, who doesn't really have the wheels to move down that line. Tom Seaver, bottom of the fourth. 1-0 A's. Tough pitch. 68. That's a ground ball to shortstop. Buddy Harrelson, 1 away. Jackson's out. Gene Tennis, 0 for 1 today, popped up. Tough pitch, 38. Tough 38, and that's a strikeout. Tennis down swinging. That's his 1, 2, 3, 4th strikeout of the day. 2 outs. Vic Davalillo. Lefty batted 188 against righties, 5. These are actual lineups. Tough pitch to Davalillo. And that's going to be a fly ball, deep right field, and back goes the right fielder. Staub at the track makes the catch, and that retires the side. 3 up, 3 down for Seaver. We go to the top of the 5th. 1-0 A's. Tom Terrific on the mound for the Mets. Here's the pitch from Catfish in play, 0-8, and that's line base hit for Don Hahn to left field. Hahn hit a frozen rope to left field, and it's Buddy Harrelson now. 7 in play, 83, and that's a potential double play. We rolled an 8. Nope. It's going to be a 6-4 fielder's choice, and Harrelson is on now at first. And Catfish Hunter's going to try to bunt. We said, I'm sorry, not Catfish Hunter, Tom Seaver's bunting. And that's a sacrifice hit, 2-4. Successful this time, failed last time. So Harrelson is in scoring position for Wayne Garrett. Wayne Garrett, a lefty, batted 255 versus righties. Here's the pitch from Catfish. It's a 4, Patient. A Patient 43. The Mets may be in luck. Patient 43 is it's a base on balls. I thought it might be a hit. So first and second now with Felix Millan. Here's the pitch from Catfish. Tough. A tough 28. Oh, tough 28. Soft blooper into short, and it drops in there. And if Harrelson must be a 6 or more, he'll score easily. And he is not. He stops at third base. The Mets didn't score a lot of runs, so they're base runners. So the bases are going to be loaded now. Wow. The Mets have 2 hits and a walk in this inning. They haven't been able to score a run. Bases are loaded, but there's 2 outs. And Rusty Staub again with the opportunity to make the difference, to tie up the game here in the top of the 5th inning. It's going to be Harrelson at third, Garrett at second, Millan at first, top of the 5th, 1-0 A's. This is elimination time for the Mets. They need to win this ball game to force a Game 7. Rusty Staub. Here's the pitch from Catfish, 8, tough. A tough 25. And it's a long single into the gap in center field. Runner on second comes around to score. And going to third, I believe Millan. And Millan does go to third. Rusty Staub gives the Mets the lead here in the top of the 5th with a 2-run, 2-outs single. So he comes up big time. 2 big RBIs for Le Grand Orange. And the Mets are now up by a score of 2-1 here in the top of the 5th inning with Cleon Jones. Cleon Jones batted .253 versus righties, hit 7 home runs. Here's the pitch from Catfish. That's a 6. That's a tough out. 94. And that's going to be a pop fly to left field. Back goes Bando. In comes Rudy. Rudy's there. Makes the catch. And that's all she wrote, but not before the Mets come up with 2 huge runs on 1, 2, 3 hits and a walk. And they lead it by a score of 2-1. Tommy Seaver against Darren Johnson. Darren Johnson versus righties batted .224 but hit 8 home runs. 6, tough pitch, 74. And that's line. Base hit for Johnson. Johnson is on with a leadoff single. He's an okay runner. Dick Green, 7, tough. A tough 42. That's a strikeout. So Green down swinging. That's strikeout number 5. And now we have Catfish Hunter. Too early to pinch hit. He's an 11. That's a 4. That's tough 10. A tough 10 is a strikeout. Number 6 for Seaver. And with the tying run at first base and 2 outs, it's Campy Campaneris. 6, tough pitch again. Tough 10, and that's a strikeout. So Seaver strikes out the side after allowing that leadoff single by Darren Johnson, who I happen to think was a black guy, but he's as white as snow. That's strikeout number 7 for Seaver. And we go to, whoa, that was an accident there. All right. And Milner, John Milner's going to lead off the top of the 6th. Catfish Hunter still on the mound. 9, that's patient. A patient 13, that's going to be a walk. So Milner leads it off with a walk. Next is Jerry Grody, 7, in play 05. And in play 05, oh boy, that's going to be a line shot that splits the gap in center field and bangs off the wall, ricochets, and chasing after it is Davalillo. Around to score is Milner, and Grody plodding into third base with a triple, an RBI triple by Grody. And that's going to be it for Seaver. The A's are going to bring in, who's up now? Hahn. The A's are going to bring in, I'm looking at the wrong team. A's are going to bring in Horatio Pena. Horatio Pena is coming in. It's going to be green because pineapples start off green. And the A's going to play the infield in. So Catfish Hunter gets replaced. Had struggled through the 5th inning and started off very poorly here in the 6th inning. So Dick Williams decided to pull his ace. Don Hahn now with Grody at 3rd, and Horatio Pena, who was 6-3 with a 2.76 ERA. Infield's going to be in for the A's, and here's the pitch. That's patient. Hahn shows some patience. 99. It's a fly ball to shallow left. Now Grody could potentially score. Rudy's a 7-arm, and Grody, a runner, is a 4, so he's not going to do that. 1 away. Next is going to be Buddy Harrelson. Here's the pitch. And Harrelson shows some patience, and that's going to be ball 4. So 1st and 3rd now. Harrelson on at 1st. It's going to be Tommy Seaver is going to hit away. 5. That's patient, a patient 97. And that's going to be a fly ball to left field again. 2 outs. Runners on first and third. The Mets are up 3-1 here in the top of the sixth inning. Here's the pitch from Pena, 7, tough. A tough 19, and that's a strikeout. So Garrett swings through the fastball. Mets pick up one big run here in the top of the sixth. They lead it 3-1. So Hunter went 5. Gave up all 3 runs. It's going to be Tommy Seaver. Tom Seaver versus Joe Rudy. And we're in the bottom of the sixth inning. After this, we have to shuffle. 7. Tough pitch from Seaver, 63. It's a ground ball, second base, Mian. Over to first, 1 away. Sal Bando. Tough pitch, 80. Fly ball, center field. 2 out. And Reggie Jackson. Tough, again from Seaver. 14, that's a swing and a miss. Curveball got Jackson. 3 up, 3 down. And Tom Seaver's cruising. All right, so Horatio Pena. Mian, Staub, and Jones. Oh, we have to shuffle. So we were playing Game 6 of the 1973 World Series using payoff pitch baseball. Basically chartless. I don't think I've looked at the chart yet in this game. I did look at the chart in the last game where I tried to hit and run. And we're ready to start. 7th inning. Here goes. Horatio Pena versus Felix Mian. That's in play, 27. And that's line base hit to left field. Rudy plays it on a hop. Felix Mian is on at first. Rusty Staub, the batter, patient 43, and that's going to be a base on balls. And that, I believe, is going to be it for Pena. Who's coming up now? It's going to be Jones, a righty. We're going to let Pena go one more. First and second. 8. That's tough. A tough 21. That's a strikeout. So Jones goes down swinging. We're going to get a new pitcher now. It's going to be Darrell Knowles to pitch to the lefty Milner. Darrell Knowles, who pitched in every game of the World Series in 1973. He's going to be yellow, not because he's cowardly, just because that's the color that I grabbed. And he's going to definitely go a couple of batters, unless there's a double play here. All right, so John Milner is going to face Darrell Knowles. We pulled Pena, did a decent job, although this, he actually walked 2 and gave up a hit in an inning and a third. So 1.1, gave up a hit and walked 2. So not totally great. We're being generous. All right, John Milner steps to the plate. Left-handed hitting power hitter for the Mets, who hit 23 home runs in 73. Yeah, that's power for 73. And against lefties, he had 5 home runs and 134 at-bats. Would have been about 20 home runs over the course of the season if he only batted lefty, according to those proportions. So here's the pitch from Darrell Knowles, 7. That's patient. A patient 63 versus a lefty now. And that's a ground ball shortstop. This could be a double play. We're looking for a 9 there and an 8. We need a less than 8. We got a 5. So it's a 6-4-3. Campaneris to Green to Johnson. And the A's are out of that inning. So great job by Knowles. right, so Milner hits into a double play. It's be Tom Seaver in the bottom of the 7th. It's 3-1 Mets. Amazons. It's going to be Tennis, Davalillo, and Johnson in the bottom of the 7th. 12, Wheelhouse 37. Wheelhouse 37, that's going to be a deep drive for Tennis. Back goes Jones to the track, to the wall, looks up, it's out of here. 3-2. Gene Tennis got a hold of that one. Sent it over the left field seats. And it's Vic Davalillo now, 3-2, Mets. 2, Tough. A tough 31. Ooh, that's almost a base hit, close. And that's a ground ball, third base. Garrett up with it, fires the first, and they get Davalillo. 1 away. Darren Johnson, 9, in play 40. And that is a pop-up, right side. Mian calls for it. 2 down. That's another tough pitch, 80. And that's popped up. This time it's going to be shortstop Harrelson. He calls for it. And that retires the side, but not before a leadoff home run by Gene Tennis, the hero of the 1972 World Series. Inches the A's to 1 run of the Mets' 3-2 lead. All right, Darryl Knowles now facing Jerry Grody. Here's the pitch. That's in play 18, and that is driven into left center field, and that's going to roll to the wall. Grody around first into second base with a leadoff double. Jerry Grody with a leadoff double. Don Hahn, who's an A bunch, is going to sacrifice. He squares, and it's successful. It's going to be 2-4. So now the Mets have a insurance run at third base. The infield is in for the A's against Buddy Harrelson. And we're going to see Raleigh Fingers. It's that time again. It's handlebar mustache time. Raleigh Fingers. He's in there. And Raleigh Fingers we're going to make him, I guess, orange. We haven't used that yet. And he's definitely going to pitch to 2 guys unless, again, there's a double play. All right, here goes. Infield in. I'm going to use this little card right here. 6, Tough. Tough 62. Tough 62 is going to be a ground ball second base. Ground ball second base. So this is, we're going to be forced to check the bases not loaded with the infield in. We're going to have to pull a number. 2-5 is batter out, runners hold. 6-8, run around third goes home. There's 1 out, so I would let him go home. 9-10, ball sneaks past, drawn infield. 11-12, re-roll all 4 dice and refer to the infield in play at home chart. That's going to be a 3. That's going to be it's going to be 4-3. Runner holds at third base, so 2 outs now. Good play by the A's. The A's defense. And you know what? We're going to bring in a pinch hitter here. It's going to be Kenny Boswell. Kenny Boswell's coming in. Okay, all right. Okay, watch out. Good boy. All right, we got a little. All right, okay, it's okay. All right, sit down. Kenny Boswell to pinch hit. Left-handed hitter. And we're going to bring in You Gotta Believe for the Mets. All right, Kenny Boswell, big opportunity here for the Mets to score an insurance run. They're up 3-2 in the top of the 8th inning, 2 outs, and Grody's on at third base after doubling and then getting moved to third on the Hahn sacrifice. 6, Tough. A tough 79, that's not going to do it. Tough 79 is going to be popped up, and that's going to be to the right side. Second baseman Green calls for it, and that makes the catch, and that retires the side. Mets fail to capitalize on the leadoff double by Jerry Grody. They leave him stranded at third base. And we're going to have Tug McGraw. Tug McGraw is coming in. And he's going to face the Hunter leading off. So we may see a pinch hitter. Well, Hunter's not in the game anymore, right? It's Knowles. Knowles leading off. Actually, it's Fingers. And we never. Well, you know what? We're going to have to pull a double switch here. A double switch. And we're going to bring in Fossey. We're going to bring in Fossey because of the situation. So Fossey is going to be up. He's the catcher, 2. And Tennis is going to go to first base. And Fingers is going to be in Darren Johnson's position. So Fossey's leading it off. Fingers is going to be in Johnson's position, so Johnson is out. Tug McGraw, the lefty. And he's going to be whatever color this is. Like a brown, I guess. All right. We are in the bottom of the 8th. It's 3-2 Mets. This is elimination day. The Mets must have this victory, otherwise it's all over and they go back home. So it's Fossey, 11, Patient, a Patient 16. That's a base on balls. So Fossey leads off with a walk. And that's not good. Campy, who is an excellent bunter, is going to bunt. And that's successful sacrifice. It's going to be 5-4. Tying run is at second base now. And he has decent, not very good base runner, but we're out of catchers. So I'm not going to be able to do anything more than that at this point. Let me double check that we're out of catchers, and I think we are. I know pretty much everybody that's been in this. Bork is a first baseman. Alou, no. He's not around. Kubiak is around, but he's a utility infielder. I don't see any other catchers here. Weird. Nope. All right. So, Fossey's at second base, and it's Joe Rudy versus Tug McGraw. Here's the pitch. 9, ballpark. 98 is in play. In play, 0-9, and that's going to be sharp liner into center field. Runner on second scores. RBI single, Joe Rudy. The game is tied. Just like that, folks. Mets had a 3-1 lead, but slowly the A's chipping away, tie the game at 3 apiece, and it's Sal Bando. Here's the pitch from McGraw. It's defense, 52. 52 range first baseman. Our range at first base, Milner, is a D. 1-51, and that's beyond that. So it's going to be an out. What kind of an out to the first baseman? It's going to be a ground ball. 3-1, and advancing to second is Rudy. And now it's Reggie Jackson. Lefty versus lefty. See what Reggie can do here. There's 2 outs. That was a 3-1. Yep, 3-1. That's out number 2. And here's the pitch to Jackson. 7, tough, 48. And that's going to be a strikeout. Jackson down swing. Curveball gets Jackson. And that's going to retire the side, but not before the A's tie it up in the bottom of the 8th inning. Riley Fingers is going to face a leadoff batter, Wayne Garrett. Riley Fingers is going to face Wayne Garrett. Felix Mian and Rusty Staub in the top of the 9th. All right, here goes. 5, Patient 92. It's going to be an out. It's going to be a fly ball right field. Back goes Davalillo, makes the catch. Felix Millan now 10 in play, 67. And that's a fly ball center field. Shallow center running in is Davalillo, makes the catch. Oh, that was Jackson in right, by the way, not Davalillo. My mistake. And it's Rusty Staub with 2 outs in the top of the 9th, game tied at 3. Game 6 of the 73 World Series. The A's lead the series 3-2. 7 tough. A tough 60. And that's going to be an out. Ground ball shortstop Campaneris over to first. 3 up, 3 down. Go to the bottom of the 9th. Tug McGraw still in there. He's going to be facing Tennis, Davalillo, and Fingers. Fingers with a home run in his last at bat. Great power. Hit 24 home runs. It's great for 73. Here's the pitch from McGraw. 5 in play. In play 0-0. That's an unusual play. Here's where you got to use a chart. This will go very quickly. We're going to pull a card. It's going to be no, we can't do that. We're going to not be able to pull a chart. We're going to have to use dice, and that's a 45 for this. Batter drives ball off ankle of pitcher. Check for injury. We're not doing injuries right now. Put out 1-3. So the trainer says that McGraw is okay. 1-3, 1 away. The bottom of the 9th. Davalillo 8, patient, a patient 85. Big ground ball to Millan. 2 outs. And now it's the pitcher spot. We're gonna leave Fingers in there to bat. Let's see what kind of batter he is. He's a 3 batter, so we're gonna have to pull a 3 pitcher hitting card. And there it is. Gonna have to let him bat 9. Ballpark 32. That's wheelhouse. Wheelhouse 19, and that's outside of range. 19 is line shortstop, caught by Harrelson. 3 up, 3 down. So Fingers got an opportunity to bat there in the bottom of the 9th. Now go to top of the 10th, all tied at 3. Jones. Cleon Jones leading it off. Had a great season in 69. Not the same in 73. Cleon Jones batted about 260 in 73 with 11 home runs and 300 at bats. Spent, I guess, some of the time on the disabled list. Here goes. Raleigh Fingers 8. Tough pitch. Tough 52. That's a ground ball third base. 1 away. 6 tough, a tough 63. And that's a ground ball shortstop. 2 out. John Milner grounds out. 2 out now. And this is going to be Fingers' 3rd inning of work. Jerry Grody. 8 tough again, tough 70. And that's a fly ball, shallow center. In comes Davalillo, makes the catch. 3 up, 3 down. Go to the bottom of the 10th, excuse me. Giveaway series, pick up a set of the 73 season. A lot of fun. Tug McGraw is in there. Tug McGraw versus Dick Green. Tug McGraw, the left-hander. It's going to be Green, Fossey, and Campy in the bottom of the 10th inning. This elimination game for the Mets, 3-3 in extra innings. Tough pitch, 81. Tough 81 is a ground ball. Shortstop, Harrelson up with it. Fires to first, 1 away. Ray Fossey. Fossey walked in his last at bat, 12. That's a tough pitch. A tough 35. It's a strike. Oh, no. Tough 35 is a base hit. Base hit for Fossey. So he's on at first. And Bert Campaneris now is going to swing away. 10. Patient. A patient 36. And that's going to be a sharp liner that drops in front of the left fielder, Jones. Runners are going to advance 1 base. So the A's are threatening here in the bottom of the 10th. This could be all she wrote for the Mets. Mets, who made it all the way to Game 6 so far, had an 82-79 record in 73. Joe Rudy. Joe Rudy's up. Here's the pitch from McGraw. 6, tough, a tough pitch. A tough 33 from a lefty is going to be a hard grounder into left field. Runner on second scores, and that's the ball game. Joe Rudy, the game-winning hit, and the Oakland A's win the 1973 World Series. Around to score is Fosse, and that's all she wrote. Oakland A's win it in 6 games. In reality, the Mets made it all the way to 7 games and then lost it, but in our replay, they make it to 6 games. And they had plenty of chances to win this one. But if it was not for Rudy, who had actually 4 hits, he's going to be the MVP of the game. Joe Rudy had 3 RBIs, and he's going to be the MVP. And Raleigh Fingers was outstanding. They're going to be co-MVPs. We're going to make them co-MVPs. Raleigh Fingers is going to get the decision, the win. McGraw gets the loss. Tremendous series, a lot of fun. Final score here in the bottom of the 10th. It's the A's 4 and the Mets 3, and the A's are going to take the series. Oakland Athletics win it, and it's going to be 3-4. Now let's get the hits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 hits for the Athletics. Had 1 error. Oh, no, that was Milner's error. No errors. 1 error here for the Mets. The Mets had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hits. So the line score is Mets 3 runs, 7 hits, 1 error. The A's 4 runs, 9 hits, no errors. I think the difference in this series were the home runs. The A's had the power to hit those solo shots today. 1 by Rudy in the 3rd, and 1 by Tennis in the bottom of the 7th. And yesterday, the game winner was by Sal Bando, who basically hit one in the 12th inning, top of the 12th. He led off with a home run. So I think it was the difference. And I don't remember any home runs hit by the Mets in this series. I mean, I don't think they really. Oh, Milner had a game-winning home run. That was amazing. But that was, I believe, the only one. I mean, Milner was the only power hitter that the Mets really had. Garrett, I think, hit 16 home runs in 73. Let's take a quick peek at that. Wayne Garrett. He hit 16 home runs. He was the next closest one to having anything that's, noticeable. So yep, Mets lose it, and this was a giveaway series. So I'm gonna get all the names together, give guys a couple of a little bit of a chance to take a look at the games and answer the trivia questions. And then the trivia question for this game was, who was the pinch hitter for the Mets that had 3 hits in 1973 in the 1973 World Series? And that's all she wrote. And this is Combat Painter signing off. Take care. Send that to combatpainter@yahoo.com.